Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Pazoo here again, and this is going to be a long video, so I'm just gonna hop right on into it. So, as you guys may or may not know, on September 6, 2016, I finally had my baby, and it was really crazy. Like, everything was really crazy in my opinion. Like, it probably isn't as crazy as some people's pregnancy stories or labor stories, but I don't know. This is how it went down. So on Monday, September 5th, on Monday, September 5th, we went to a church picnic that day, and I was in so much pain like throughout the whole day. Like when I was getting ready and everything, like I felt really bad. Like my stomach hurted, and I kind of thought it was just Braxton Hicks contractions, so I was just kind of ignoring it. But when we got to the park, I was okay for like about an hour while we were there, and after that I started to feel like dizzy, and I started to have blurred vision. So like blurry eye vision, and I started to see like little spots everywhere. So it was kind of like I couldn't even walk or anything, and I was just waiting to eat because that day we didn't eat yet because we were just waiting to eat when we got to the park. So about an hour later, it was time to eat. So then we decided to eat, and I couldn't even like go in line and grab the food or anything because it was buffet style. And so like I had my husband grab a plate for me and a plate for him. So he grabbed us some food, and I was like feeling really bad still. Like I felt so sick. Like I felt like I couldn't do anything. But I did eat some food, and I did like go through like drinking some water just to see if it'll help me feel better. But after we finished eating, and we did not eat that much, like he got us a lot of food, but I did not finish the food, and he didn't either. But after that, I was telling him like, okay, I think we need to go to the car to lay down because I have to lay down. So we went to the car, and he turned on the AC because it was really hot that day. And so I kind of just laid there for a bit, and I started feeling more pain. So I told my husband, and I'm like, you know what? Go get your mom, because I don't know if I should go to the hospital or not, because I don't know what this feeling is. Like I didn't feel normal, and I usually don't feel that way, even though I did feel really sick throughout my pregnancy. So he went to go get his mom, and she came back to the car, and she was like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I don't know, like I just have a really bad headache. She's like, does your stomach hurt at all? And I'm like, a little bit, but like I feel like my headache was worse than my stomach pain. So she was like, okay, just go home and rest, and you should be okay in a couple hours. And I was like, okay. So my husband, we left, and right when we left the park, before we reached the highway, I was like, you know what? I started crying, and I was like, no, I do not feel right. And he was like, you want to just go to the hospital? And I was like, I don't know, because I don't want to go and waste our time, because I've been to the hospital multiple times during my pregnancy, and we did end up coming back home, and like I just felt like I didn't want us to waste our time again, because the hospital is about a 15-minute drive away from our house, and from where we were at, which was the park, it was probably about a 40-minute drive. So I told him I didn't want us to waste our time, but he was like, it's okay, like you're feeling bad, like we should go just to see what's up. So we went and everything, and to mention, I was 37 weeks going on to 8 weeks, or going on to 38 weeks. So we were there, and I was just like, and it took us so long to get to the hospital, because we took like the highway, and the highway goes all the way around. So we went there, and then when we got there, it was around 3 o'clock, and they checked me to see if I was dilated or anything. And before that, a week before, I was already 1 centimeter dilated, and they checked me, and I turned out to be 2 centimeters dilated. So after that, I ended up just staying at the hospital for a couple hours, because I told them about my symptoms and everything and how I was feeling. So after a couple hours, they just kind of told me that I needed to rest, and I needed to just take a break and everything. So they were like, okay. So we were there from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, okay? They sent us back home, and they told me, you're probably just dehydrated, not eating a lot, so eat a meal, like a very good meal when you get home. So when we got home, we went to my in-laws' house and we ate food there, and then we went home to go to sleep. And it was around 9:30 because we ate so quick, like there wasn't much to eat, so I just ate really fast. And so we got back home around 9:30, and we lived like 2 minutes away from my in-laws' house. So we got back home, and then I couldn't sleep. Like I kept feeling contractions, and this time I knew that it wasn't Braxton Hicks contractions because I kept track of the time, and it was about 5 minutes apart each time. So I was feeling so much pain, and I thought like maybe it's normal. And so like around 10:30 I woke up, I went to the restroom, and I came back and I woke my husband up, and I'm like, hey, like I'm bleeding. And they were telling me that it's normal because when they check to see if my cervix is open at all, they tell me that it is normal to have a little bit of bleeding. So I was like, okay, so I guess it was normal. So I just tried to go back to sleep, and around 11:30 I woke up, and my contractions were feeling so bad. Like I couldn't take it anymore. So I was telling my husband, like, you know what? I'm not feeling right, like let's go. So we woke up again, we went to the hospital, we got there around like 12:30, and they checked to see if I was dilated, and I turned out to be 3 centimeters dilated. So they just left me there because they were like, since you're dilated in a couple hours, we might as well just keep you here to see what's up. So then in an hour later they checked to see if I was dilated. I was 4 centimeters dilated. So then that time it was around like almost 3 o'clock already, and I was 4 centimeters dilated. So they told me that I'm probably going to have my baby soon. So I was like, okay, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this is happening. But they gave me some Tylenol, and I just kind of knocked out. And right when I woke up, it was like 3:20, and I woke up, and all of a sudden, like I looked at my husband, and then my water broke, and I was like, what the hell, like what the heck is this? Like I don't know if this is like my water breaking or not. So I kind of I told my husband, I was like, babe, I think my water broke. And he was like, what, like call the nurse. And I'm like, wait, I don't know if like this is if I'm peeing or if my water broke or not. And he was like, just call the nurse. And then I called them in, they came in, and I was like, I think my water broke. So they checked, and they were like, oh yeah. And then they were like, okay, well you're going to have your baby today. And I was like, damn, like things just got so real. Like I was like, oh my gosh. So that happened, and then after that they were like, oh, do you want to go natural or do you want to go on some medication? And at first I did tell them that I wanted to go natural, but then I was in so much pain that the contractions were so bad. So I told them like, okay, I want to go with epidural. So they transferred me to the delivery room because we were in the labor and delivery department, but they put me in the temporary room. And once my water broke, they transferred me to the delivery room, which was a really nice room. Like it was spacious, it was big, it was nice. I liked that room. And then after that they asked my husband to walk out of the room because they were going to give me the epidural shot. And they were like, okay. So I got up, and my nurse was amazing. Like she was there for me throughout the whole entire thing, like from right when I entered the hospital all the way until I had my baby, and all the way until they transferred me to another room. So as that went by, she was like telling me like, just close your eyes, just relax, like this doctor is really good at, like he's wonderful, he won't hurt you or anything as long as you don't move. So I was like, okay. So I was just there, and like I was in a lot of pain, so I was just closing my eyes, and she was like comforting me the whole time. She was like, you know, like it's okay, take deep breaths, you got this and everything. And some people say the epidural shot hurts, but I was in so much pain that it actually didn't hurt at all. Like when they stuck the IVs into me, the IV needle, that hurted way more than the epidural shot. Maybe it was just because I was in so much pain, but that hurted way more than the epidural shot. But it didn't hurt, but then the epidural hit me like that. So I was like, okay. So this doesn't hurt anymore. So my husband comes back in, and I was like so tired because the epidural shot makes you very, very sleepy, and I knocked out so fast. Like all I heard was my husband come in, he touched me, and I knocked out. And so like I was asleep for about a good 2, almost 3 hours, and around 5 o'clock I woke up. So I slept for like a good 2 hours, and around 5 o'clock I woke up and I started to feel so much pain again, and I was like, oh my gosh. And my nurse was like, tell me when you're ready to start pushing, because if you are ready to start pushing, then we need to get it going. So I was like, okay. But I like barely couldn't talk, and my mom and my sister were like on the phone, like calling me, and they were talking to me, and I just couldn't talk. And like my husband was like touching me, like, are you okay, like and I'm like, don't fucking touch me, because I was in so much pain that I did not want to touch me. I did not want to do anything. And he was like trying to talk to me, and I'm like, shut up, like don't talk to me. It was just bad. But around like 5:15-ish, I was feeling ready to start pushing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to start now. So then the doctor came in, and around 5:20 I started to push. Now let me tell you about this part. A lot of people are like telling me like, oh you took epidural, like it probably felt like nothing, but I think I took the epidural way too early that the epidural wore off.
Hello? Sup, I'm recording a video right now. You wanna text me, or you wanna listen, or what? You can just text me so you can go on like your stuff too. Okay, bye, I love you. Bye bye.
Okay, back to the story. So I did feel like I took the epidural way too early, so that the epidural wore off, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is bad, like the epidural is not helping, and it wore off. So I pretty much felt everything, and it was so painful. But like my legs hurted, my back hurted. I was in so much pain. And at that time, I pictured my delivery, like I pictured having my mother-in-law, my mom, and my husband in the room with me. But I called my mom at 3 in the morning when my water broke, and she said she couldn't make it. And my mother-in-law said she couldn't make it either, and they said they would just come after I have baby. And I was like, okay. So it's just me and my husband and like 3 nurses and the doctor. So I was just there, and they were like telling me like after every contraction, push, okay? And I was like, okay. So this is when, like, I don't know, I feel like everything happened so fast, but then it kind of fast, but not that fast, because it took my baby, like it took me only less than 45 minutes to push, and he was already out. But as I was pushing, I felt like I wasn't making any progress, because they kept telling me like, okay, push, like his head's almost out, and then I stopped, and then his head like goes back in, and I'm just like, damn. So they asked me like, do you want to look in the, like look at the mirror, like at the top, to see how you're doing, or to see like the process? And I was like, no, it's okay. And then the doctor left, which I was like, what the fuck? Why did the doctor leave? And she left because they said they had like a really mad or annoying or crazy mother like somewhere else. So then they left, and I was just like, okay, or just leave me when I'm going into labor and everything. But the nurse that I really liked was there. She's like, it's okay, like I'm here, like I'll help you. And I was like, okay. So next contraction came, I pushed, and I didn't make progress again. So I was like, okay, can you guys put the mirror down so I can see if I am making any progress or not? So they were like, yeah. And so they put the mirror down, and then it was time for me to push again, and I just kept pushing. And after that, his head came out, and everything just felt way easier. Like the only thing that's bad is painful part is like the head. I don't know why, because I feel like their body and everything is like so much bigger, but I was in so much pain, like I couldn't take it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like oh my gosh. And when he came out, I was so happy. And like after the head came out and before I pushed again, I told my husband, I'm like, when baby comes out, take pictures right away. And he's like, okay, I will. So then he had like his phone on hand just to take pictures and everything right away when baby comes out. And this is the part where I'm just like, what the heck? Right when baby came out, like literally, he took pictures of like baby and like my vagina and stuff. And I'm just like, bruh, really? Like you gonna take pictures of that? Like that's my sacred thing. Like what? So he took pictures of that, and I told like some of the girls in the youth group that, and they were just like thinking it was so funny. And I'm just like, yeah, what the heck? Like why would he do that? And what I meant was right when they put baby on my chest to take pictures of baby. But I guess his logic was, oh, he's right out, take pictures. So that's what he did. But I did end up like deleting those photos or like cropping out my little thing, you know. But yeah, after that, right when baby came out, I cried because I was so happy. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I have a baby, like oh my gosh. And yes, if you guys did forget, his name is Leo. And I do have a mom name for him. For those who are wondering if he does have a mom name, that is his middle name. His full name is Leo Shilong Cha. Shilong stands for like, it doesn't stand for anything, it's just like a name. But then back in the days, like there was this movie, and this dude, he was like the hero in the movie, and his name was Nu Shilong. So I was just like, okay, I want to name my baby Shilong. And so that
They made me ill, you.
Okay, come on.
Yeah. I missed it.
Chinky.
Oh, see? Sorry, you must take my voice already.
Are they down there now?
Hi,
happened. And yeah, my labor and delivery story is not that interesting of a thing, but for those who wanted to see and everything, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please subscribe for more videos, and please like this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or whatever. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!